Hey there, and welcome to This Explainer. I am so thrilled you're joining me today. If you've been looking for a way to finally understand the hidden forces driving your own mind and body, well, I want to validate right now that you are in the exact right place. Today, we're exploring the foundational concepts of Module 4 from PureHaven's Nervous System Regulation course. We're going to unpack the subconscious mind, dive into the biology of the nervous system, and uncover how you can literally hit the reset button on yourself. It's incredibly empowering stuff, so let's jump right in.
Let me ask you something, and I want you to be really honest with yourself. Have you ever felt like your reactions just don't match the situation in front of you? Think back for a second. Have you ever snapped at a loved one, or maybe just completely shut down during a simple conversation and afterwards thought, why in the world did I just respond like that?
Okay, let's dive into this. Because if you answered yes to that question, you are absolutely not alone. There are so many of these common, unexplained feelings we all get. Maybe you often find yourself feeling unusually sluggish or just totally disconnected from your surroundings. Or perhaps you get hit with sudden anxiety or overwhelm that seems to come out of absolutely nowhere. You might find yourself emotionally triggered by really small things, constantly wondering where that intense response even came from. Honestly, I want to validate that these feelings happen to so many of us without us fully understanding their source. Listen, if you take nothing else away from our time together today, please let it be this. You are not too emotional, and you are not overreacting. I know it's so easy to judge ourselves when we feel out of control, but these intense responses, they're actually a natural, automatic, biological defense mechanism. Your body is just doing exactly what it thinks it needs to do to survive.
Section 1. Why we react automatically. Understanding the subconscious mind. To really grasp why our bodies react the way they do, we kind of have to look at our underlying programming. So let's start with a definition. The subconscious mind is the part of the mind that stores habits, beliefs, and emotional patterns just beneath our active conscious awareness. It is honestly fascinating to realize that a massive amount of what we think, what we feel, and what we actually do every single day isn't controlled by our active thinking at all. It's being run by this silent underlying operating system.
A great way to think about this is like a giant iceberg. At the very top, just peeking out of the water, is your conscious mind. That's your current thoughts, your active focus, your rational decision-making. But look beneath the surface. The vast majority of the iceberg is underwater. That is your subconscious and unconscious mind. Down there, you have your habits, things you do on autopilot. You have underlying emotional biases, gut feelings, and deep-seated survival instincts. And all of this massive structure beneath the surface, that's what actually dictates how the tiny tip of the iceberg moves through the water.
So when we contrast these two things, the difference is pretty striking. On one hand, we've got conscious thoughts. That's you taking your time, reasoning through a problem, making a logical choice. But fighting against that, we have your automatic physical responses. And these are driven by those deep subconscious habits and survival urges. And here is the real secret. Those automatic, subconscious responses frequently react way, way faster than your conscious logic can keep up with. Basically, your logic is still trying to tie its shoes while your automatic survival response is already running the race. Section 2. The body's protection network. How the nervous system responds. Let's shift gears from psychology to biology for a second. Inside you is this beautifully complex neural network that serves as the communication system between your brain, your spinal cord, and your body. When your subconscious mind perceives a threat, and yep, that includes emotional threats, it sends lightning-fast signals down through this exact network. This system automatically controls your movement, your digestion, and your physical reactions without you ever having to actively think about it. And because of that rapid-fire communication, we really need a major reframe here. Your body is protecting you. It is not working against you. When you feel that sudden spike of anxiety, it's just your nervous system responding to a subconscious signal that says, hey, we might not be safe right now. Once you understand that this is a built-in protection mechanism, you can finally stop blaming yourself for having these physical reactions. And those reactions are very physical, aren't they? When your nervous system responds to stress, it doesn't just stay in your head. It manifests as very real physical signals. You might get a fast, pounding heart rate, or notice your breathing becoming super shallow and tight in your chest. These aren't just feelings. They're actual biological events happening in your body as a direct result of your nervous system preparing you to handle a perceived threat. Section 3. The vagus nerve calming pathway, returning to balance. Thankfully, our bodies don't just have a stress response. We have a relaxation response built right in too. And this brings us to an incredibly important biological tool, the vagus nerve. This is a major communication pathway in the body that actively helps you move out of stress and back into a state of calm and balance. Think of it as the brakes to your body's stress response. It's this powerful, built-in calming pathway. And honestly, once you understand how to engage it, real lasting change becomes completely possible. To really appreciate how powerful it is, just consider what the vagus nerve regulates. It touches almost every major organ system. It controls your heart rhythm, it manages your breathing pace, it dictates your digestion, and it creates your baseline of emotional calm. This really highlights just how interconnected our emotional state is with our physical biology. You really can't separate the mind from the body because the vagus nerve physically connects them. And engaging that calming pathway directly affects our brain too. During a normal, busy day, or when we're stressed out, our brains are usually in beta. That's highly active, focused concentration. But to truly process our emotions and learn new, healthier subconscious patterns, we have to shift downward into alpha, which is relaxed focus, or even theta, the state of deeper reflection. By activating the vagus nerve, we literally change our brainwaves, moving out of that high-alert beta and into the calm, relaxed states where real healing and learning actually take place. Section 4. Creating your simple reset. Practical steps for nervous system regulation. So, the crucial point here is knowing how to actually apply this to your daily life. And the good news? You don't need complicated techniques to begin regulating your system. Here are 3 simple ways to start your reset today. Step 1. Notice your triggers. Just observing what sets you off helps to interrupt that automatic subconscious loop. Step 2. Understand your body's response. When your heart races, recognize it as a biological signal without judgment or blame. And step 3, create a simple reset. This can be as small as just pausing for a moment and intentionally slowing your breathing. Taking long, slow exhales is one of the most direct ways to signal to that vagus nerve that you are safe, allowing it to bring your system back into balance. This entire process boils down to one incredibly powerful truth: awareness creates choice. When you're blind to your subconscious patterns and your nervous system's automatic responses, you're pretty much just along for the ride. But the moment you simply recognize what's happening in your mind and body, you create space. And in that space, you regain the power to choose your response. Recognizing your patterns is absolutely the first major step toward reclaiming control. Now, if you found this insight helpful and you want to truly master your inner balance, this is your next step. Inside Module 4 from PureHaven, you'll be guided step by step with a comprehensive 26-page workbook and an entire series of in-depth video lessons. It's literally designed to take everything we've talked about today and help you deeply apply it to your own life, giving you the specific tools to shift those subconscious patterns for good. To get started right now, I highly encourage you to go and download the amazing freebie guide available at PureHaven-SA.co.za. It is packed with actionable insights that build right on top of what we learned today. So head over to PureHaven-SA.co.za to take your next step toward a calm, regulated nervous system. As we wrap up this explainer, I'll leave you with this thought. Now that you know your automatic reactions are really just your body trying to protect you, how will you choose to respond the next time you feel triggered? Thank you so much for joining me, and I wish you a beautifully balanced day.